It seems as though the Concord development team at Firewalk Studios is going through a difficult time. I was looking at this article on Smash JT's website where Amanda Kiefer, who is the senior concept artist at Firewalk Studios, had some messages that she was posting on Twitter, which her Twitter's protected, so lawless right-wing grifters don't have access to it. But he managed to post some of these messages, and they are saying that they are going through an extremely difficult time. This is coming off of Concord having a not even 2 week launch period where the servers and the game have already been shut down. Sony's giving digital and physical refunds to anybody that's purchased this game. This is a game that Firewalk Studios and Sony invested 8 solid years on just for it to fall flat at launch and not even make a 2 week lifespan. And we already know all the problems leading up to this disastrous launch, which included the Firewalk Studios just being overall a toxic wasteland. They had a head honcho by the name of the Professor, or well, they wanted to be called the Professor. They encouraged a toxic workplace environment where anybody that went against the grain basically got fired. Yeah, you had to address people by their preferred pronouns. You had to subscribe to this woke culture that they were trying to promote at the studio for the last 8 years instead of worrying about making a game. Sony lost millions of dollars on this, like over $150 million just on Concord. And they even made a PlayStation controller. They made physical copies of this game. Like, this was their next big IP. And I want to remind you guys, they canceled an online multiplayer Spider-Man game for this. Days Gone 2 didn't happen because of this. Several other franchises could have gotten a proper sequel instead of this new IP that they were trying to cater towards this modern audience that does not exist. Where's this modern audience? Why is this LGBTQ plus woke audience demand so much diversity in video games, movies, and TV if they never show up? Oh, Eric, well, the common, how gamer doesn't care about this. Yeah, they didn't care about Concord either because you look at this game, it looks like shit. All the characters are DEI inspired. We got Fupa Lady, we got Robot with pronouns. It just doesn't look appealing. This game had everything wrong about it, and again, it's because they were more worried about bullshit, DEI, than actually making a fun, creative game. Plus, it's a $40 shooter game in a genre that's oversaturated. So, looking at Smash's article, you can see he said the toxic culture at Firewalk Studios continues to unravel as another woke employee, Amanda Kiefer, senior concept artist, had some protected tweets leaked out. And that he previously covered her. I did too. They seem to be a pretty talented artist, but they also had a bunch of weird tweets hating on white people. That seems to be the go-to, right? All these people, all these females hate men, especially if they're white. I have no idea, but she was basically going off, getting upset about people criticizing Silent Hill 2's remake, about the trailer, how the characters in the trailer looked, how this game looked like bullshit. And basically, she was promoting all her woke nonsense, attacking gamers. They all hate gamers, guys. Why are they working in the gaming industry? So, said she developed a reputation for vehemently attacking those who criticize upcoming games such as Silent Hill 2 Remake, and has even gone so far as to label dissenters as malicious. Her online persona paints a picture of a professional more interested in defending her ideologies than fostering an inclusive and welcoming gaming community. And again, that's all of them, guys. Whether they're a journalist, a developer, a concept artist, a community manager, they're all more interested in promoting their woke narratives, their activism, that they, I don't even think they believe half of what they're promoting. They just feel special, like they actually have something that they could fight for because they have it in them, that there's some kind of like victim, that there's some kind of like, oppressed individual that is not benefiting in life from having a good job at a fucking studio that's being paid by Sony to make a game. Anyways, continuing on, Smash says, before a whistleblower reached out to me with insider info about the disaster internally at Firewalk Studios, Amanda had already preemptively blocked me on Twitter, raising some questions about her transparency and willingness to face any accountability. And yeah, I'm pretty sure she's probably pre-blocked me as well, which for shits and giggles, maybe we could take a look at that. I think that would be an interesting experiment because I did make a video about her as well. So let's go ahead and take a look. I guarantee you I probably am. I think it would be hilarious if I'm not. And yeah, yep, I am blocked. And that post was deleted as well. So let's see. The post in question that he was linking to attacking Silent Hill 2 people is done. Yep, I am blocked. Of course, another wokey that doesn't like criticism, especially from right wingers, because we're all grifters, we're all haters, we're all bigots, we're all racist. So there you go. Anyways, you can see he said this suggested a desire to silence critics and try her best to maintain control over the narrative surrounding her in Firewalk. It was a telling sign of the defensive and insular culture that permeated the studio. Then they go on and talk about how, Lisa Brown and the professor and pronouns and all that. But anyways, here's all the Firewalk Studio leaked messages that she came up with today. And it's kind of an interesting read because this is literally through the mind of somebody that is melting down in real time that will hold no accountability to anything that they did to seal the fate of Concord. They want to blame it on gamers, especially straight white men. But no, this is 100% on the studio. So you can see they're saying, I was going to DM you after seeing this, but the site makes me pay to do that. So at the risk of getting dogpiled, I'm just going to say this here. A lot affected the art side of Concord, including design by committee, failure of some leadership to listen to the art team, etc. The character concept art team, including myself, is going through an extremely difficult time emotionally, and some on the team no longer want to work in games, design characters, or even do art anymore after this. Because of this, posts like yours, though understandable, are unfortunately ill-timed. So this is in response to an individual that actually wrote to them. So let me look at the article. I don't even know if this... Yeah, Smash doesn't say who this was in response to, but basically she's saying that all of them are going through a difficult time at the studio and that they don't want to work on games, and that she even has Elon Musk derangement syndrome here, saying that she doesn't want to pay to DM somebody that I guess she was messaging to a verified user. Now, she's part of the character concept team, so her fault for the fat fupa lady, the fat butch lady in the green armor, all the characters that looked absolutely ugly. She was part of the reason why this game was so insufferable as far as character design look. So that's good for her. She doesn't want to work on video games anymore. Awesome. That would be great. That would be fucking great. Now, she says, none of us know which way the wind will blow with the studio. We're worried, sick, and terrified of the future. It's going to fail. It's going to shut down. You guys are going to be a write-off, a loss, because you guys worried more about DEI than actually making a video game. Not only that, but we have been shouldering the brunt of the emotional labor as executive directors dodge most of the blame. Behind the scenes of all this talk about Concord and character designs, people's livelihoods are at risk, and there are very real financial consequences that might hurt us even more. I mean, you had fucking 8 years of development for this fucking game. Like, I'm not trying to be a dick, but you guys had 8 years of fucking development and you wasted it on being fucking clowns. Continuing on, she says, that's just what I could say from our point of view. I'm not saying change course or anything. Us artists like being able to use social media to promote our work and get more jobs. But I'm saying we see this and it does absolutely affect us since we just got our teeth kicked in. I'm sorry. That's how capitalism works. The capitalism that you guys hate, the capitalism that you guys constantly attack, corporate America that you guys just blame everything on, the white people, the colonizers. You're just fucking a problem. Now, you can see Smash calls it out perfectly right here. He says, the issue at Firewalk Studios goes well beyond Amanda Kiefer's online conduct. It's about a culture more concerned with promoting political ideologies than delivering quality games. And that's head on the fucking nail. And it's not just Firewalk Studios. It's also the people that made Dustborn as well. The people that made Dustborn, look, they can't even hit 100 concurrent players. This one never even hit 1,000. This modern audience that they're catering to, they literally get more likes and retweets on their post bitching about right-wing grifters than they do getting to play their games. Imagine working on a game for 8 years just for it to fail this low. And again, the studio was insistent on pushing narratives out and tolerance for difference of opinions. If you weren't woke enough, you get fired. You had that professor there running things like a fucking lunatic. And again, in my video and also in Smash's video, we said Amanda is completely talented. She has portfolios of her art. It's just sad that she's fucking sick in this head. Now, I don't think Firewalk Studios is going to be able to save themselves. I think this is done. Maybe we might get a last minute like Hail Mary that they're going to go free to play on Concord, but I think the audience is going to tune out on that. I don't even think going free to play is going to save this game. I think this game has already had enough tainted mess on top of it. Again, full refunds from Sony, digital and physical. A full-fledged controller was made for this game. There's even like a TV show coming up where one of the levels is going to be based on Concord. And I think Astrobot has Concord characters in the game. So Sony was investing in this. And sorry, wokies, if you're a woke studio and you're more focused on making a political agenda out of your game, capitalism will cut you off. It's a cutthroat thing, and they don't give a fuck about your wokeness. They don't give a fuck about whether you're promoting activism or not. They want money, and a company like Sony will not fuck around. Now, all of you guys are out of a job, potentially, because you couldn't do the right thing and make a fucking actual game and entertain people. And you're extremely suffering. Difficult time. Now, I get it. I don't want people to lose their jobs. But when you're over here spouting nonsense about white males and how you hate gamers and all this crap that all of you guys promote, all of them, dude, that's why they all go under protected tweets. It comes back and it bites you in the ass. And a lot of people now are calling this out. People don't want wokeness infecting their entertainment. People don't want to be preached at and have stuff shoehorned and cringe stuff. We want good video games. And again, Sony took a chance on y'all for whatever odd reason, didn't do any other projects, and it failed so flat. Like, this is easily the biggest flop in gaming history within the last decade. Easily. So what do you guys think? Let me know your thoughts down below. I'll see you guys on the next one. Subscribe if you're brand new. Take care.